Welcome to a guide to new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. Okay, so what do we have today? We have the HORSCH Aggravation Pack. This is by Giant Software with HORSCH Maschinen. I'm on the map that kind of comes with this as well. This is by Vertex Design and this is HORSCH Aggravation Nesmost version 2. So this is their plant in the Czech Republic, and HORSCH were very forward thinking with this. When this map came out originally, they actually used it as their facility for training staff, which is a phenomenal thing. Incredible link with Farming Simulator and HORSCH. So this is the pack that kind of goes with the map. Now it does say when you download each of them that it will download the other one because it's required. I went on to one of my other maps and all of the machinery was there, so it's not like you can only use this machinery on this map. You can use the machinery, of course, on other maps. Now this, for all intents and purposes, is a free DLC. Yes, it was available on FS17. They've ported it all over, but there is some new stuff added into this as well this time. And there's a lot of equipment, so this guide to may be a little bit longer than usual because there is a huge amount to get through. I will also preface this, as I have started to do a lot more now, by saying I am likely to miss something. That's just the way it is. There's a lot of equipment here. There may be something that slipped through the net, something I've missed. I hope I haven't. I think I've got everything, but you never know. And as for all of the little idiosyncrasies, where they will fill up, won't fill up, what sell points they'll work out, that's going to be something that you'll find out the more you play, and depending on what mods you've got installed on your maps and that kind of thing. That I can't possibly test because there are so many different options available. But we'll have a look around, we'll see what they cost, what they look like, slot counts, those kind of things as well, and a couple of clever little tricks that some of these bits of equipment have got. So where do we start? I think I'm going to start with a new bit actually. This here is the Shuttle 2000. This, for all intents and purposes, is an auger wagon. Interesting enough, it's got a little tube there, a little pipe. This can either be front loader or telehandler attached. And if we have a quick look in the store, actually I'm going to go along. This is where I got caught out last time, but hopefully this is all going to be in the HORSCH thing. All of these are part of the game now, and some of these were in the last HORSCH aggravation, but they're not this time. So we're starting off scrolling across there, the Shuttle 2000 costs 8,000 to buy. That has a slot count of 10, believe it or not, which kind of surprised me. I'm not quite sure why it was 10. Some of these slot counts are very odd. They're very high and then some are incredibly low. It's a bit peculiar. Anyway, so that's it there. It will take all of those crops. So it's an auger wagon as such, and that's where you'll find it if you look in the normal section. 2,200 litre capacity. You can use it for filling up seeders and moving stuff backwards and forwards. As far as it goes for being an auger wagon, it's a bit small, which is an odd one. I don't know why. But it's a clever little bit of kit. What I'll do very quickly, I've got this set on front load. Like I say, in the store you can flick between front loader or telehandler. So we can open cover like so, and then pipe out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the help window just so we can see what's going on. And then you can do pipe out. When you press L1 and down the directional, it says pipe out. Well, that is that black pipe at the front. This pipe just here. Nothing actually, it doesn't open or anything, but it will allow whatever's in there to flow out. That's realistically what it does. Now, this will fill up from pallets. I tried this on Mercury Farms just as a quick kind of tester before I did it all on here. So as far as seed goes, if I start filling, it's giving me the option for seeds. So I can fill up from a sell point, or a buy point, not a sell point. Will it work on this one as well? because these are the ones that people have had a few issues with. We'll have a quick check. It does say start filling, and it has filled up rather rapidly. So what you can then do, I suppose, like using pallets, forks with any of the pallets, you can then take this over, put it over the top of your seeder, press pipe out, and that will do that automatically. It will also do crops as well, which is, it's an interesting change. You know, it's a very, very tiny auger wagon. It's, you know, pretty cool little bit of kit. So that's the first one. Leave that on there. Put that to one side. I've got a few items kind of lined up here. The next one we're going to have a look at is this here. This is the fertilizer spreader 10T. It's got all those things on the side, Roush and whatnot. Horsch do like their tracks. Quite a few of these vehicles are tracked. If we have a look at this one in store, under Horsch, and we'll go on until we get to it, which is there at the end. It's 51,000 to buy. It's got a 36 metre spread on it, which is a fair size actually. This one is 16 slots, but a 10,000 litre capacity, that's pretty good actually. If we have a quick look in here, there are no options available, so tracks is what you get. That's it. There's no option to put wheels on it or anything like that. And it does exactly what it says in the tin. It's a fertilizer spreader. It will spread your fertilizer out to 36 meters. But what's pretty cool with this one, that I quite like, is when you set it up to go, so if you get to your field, you're ready to go, and it says unfold spreader, it widens the track on the tracks, making it a more stable platform, reducing compaction I would imagine as well. Open cover like so, so not one of those quick dunk 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 sort of, you know, where they flip open and close really quickly and you can't see anything. Nice smooth animation on that. This is a very cool bit of kit. This may even, now it's out, replace my my fertilizer spreaders I've got on my Let's Plays. But there we go. That's the 10T, 36 metre spread, 10,000 litre capacity. Very, very cool bit of kit. Moving swiftly on. I'm going to look through the seeders next, I think. Actually, I might do the auger wagon. We'll get that out of the way. Gives me a bit more space to get to things. So, what we've got next is the Titan 34UW. And that's this auger wagon here. Again, on tracks. I don't think there's an option to change that. They're very cool mods. We've got a lot of auger wagons. I mean, at the end of the day, there's no disputing that. There are a lot of auger wagons in-game already. If I go across to auger wagons, you'll see exactly what I mean. You know that yourselves. We've got a lot to choose from, you know, with the Elmer's Hallmaster, the larger Kinsey grain carts. This one is at the end here with a 34,000 litre capacity. That slot count on that one, the Titan 34, is 24 slots, I think it is. No, 20. There's 20 slots on that one. 34,000 litre capacity. Where have we got one that's 30? That's 30, that's 37. So 59,000, 74,000 to buy. That one's 67,000. So it actually does pretty much come between those two, really. But again, it does exactly what it says in the tin. Those crops down the bottom there are what it will auger. Load it up from your harvester and then take it off to a truck and unload into it. Options wise, oh, we can. Okay, take that back. We can have standard or crawler track. I thought that one only came crawler track. So standard or crawler track. The crawler track looks cool, let's be honest, doesn't it? It's interesting actually that it comes standard with crawler track. But even if you do put it back to standard with wheels, there's no additional cost on that. So you can have either one and there's no additional fee to pay. So that's pretty cool indeed. Right. Pipe in and out is pretty much standard for a lot of the auger wagons now, as is open and closed cover. So I'll spin that round. So pipe in. Close cover, That's an incredibly quick roll. Boom. Anyway, so there you go. That's your auger wagon, chaser bin. They do have various different names, depends what you want to call it. But I say, I mean, to be fair, when you think the Anderson DLC just came out and that was all, you know, pretty much new stuff to the game. I know this was out on FS17, but this is a lot of equipment to get in one hit, you know, and it's good stuff as well. See what I'm going to do. Okay, so moving on, we've got the first of our seeders, and this one here is the Evo 12.375. This is 24 slots. Very cool. Again, it's nice to have some bigger seeders in game, and these are some larger ones actually that come in this horse pack. I quite like that actually. That's going to drive me nuts. There we go. What we're going to do, we'll have a look in store at the seeders all in one hit, and then we'll go around and have a look at them. We've got two that do what I say the regular seeds, like the grain types, and then we've got two that are the planters. So we've got our seeders and planters. It's kind of a separate thing. So anyway, the HORSCH Evo. This kind of comes in two sections. You've got your planting section with this sort of cultivated seed bed. I think this one is a direct drill as well, so it will prepare the seed bed as well as seed at the same time, which is a cool bit of kit. So we'll have a look. Let's go back to the HORSCH and we'll scroll across. So we are here. So we've got the HORSCH Evo 12375, 171,000. Requires 320 horsepower, 10,000 litre capacity, but that will do fertilizer and seed, and it is a direct drill as well. So you don't have to cultivate and then plant or seed. You can do it all in one hit, which is pretty cool. And like I say, that will do your wheat, your barley, oats, mine's gone blank, canola, soybean, grass, and cover crop. The one next to it will do the same crops, but this is new to, I don't remember this one on the pack before. This is the Certo 12SC. Now, for all intents and purposes, same width. That's a 12 metre, and this is a 12 metre, but it's a different kind of design. This is not a direct drill, so that's why it's more of a compact unit. The other one's got the big section with your seed tank and the bit on the back. This one is basically just your seed unit. 10,000 litre capacity again. The previous one will seed at 11 miles an hour, plant, seed. This one will do it in 9. So it's a little bit slower, but again, new to game, something a little bit different. It will seed and fertilise. 132,000 for a 12 metre, that's 171,000. I suppose you're paying the extra for the fact you can prepare your seed bed and you don't need a separate cultivator to do that. So that's kind of why that works. And then we'll move on to the other two. We'll have a look at those in a second as well. We've got the Maestro SW1675, that's 139,000 to buy. Oh, actually, yeah, slot counts. What did I say that? The Evo was 24, the Certo is 16, the Maestro we're looking at now is 17, and the next one is also 17. So we've got the Maestro SW1675, 139,000 to buy, 12 metre width again, and this does your other crops. If you know, it does corn, sunflower, it does soybean again, sugar beet and cotton. So these are your planters, these two. And then the last one is the Maestro SW2475, 169,000, but this is an 18 metre, so we're into bigger seeder territory now. 9,000 litre tanks on both of these, which will split between your fertiliser and your seed, but a fair old capacity. And 18 metres puts that in the range of the Great Plains, I think it does. Let's have a look along to planters. Now the standard ones we get, the HORSCH, are the HORSCH Maestro and the HORSCH Pronto, which are the 9 metre ones. So these in the pack take us up to 12 metre and beyond. Price wise, so the Great Plains YP2425 will do all crops and is 18.2 metres. So this new Maestro SW2475 is an 18 metre, so it's a tiny little bit narrower, but not by very much. Admittedly, it doesn't do all the crops, but it will seed and fertilise, whereas the Great Plains will only seed. So you've got kind of swings and roundabouts. 17 slots both, so again, it really comes down to personal choice, what you'd rather do, that kind of thing. So we'll have a quick look around each one. This one here, the Evo 12375. The only downside, and it's a minor thing, because you've got this front section, this is all one solid unit, it's not hinged in the middle. These are jockey wheels at the back, and I've often found backing this up, if you need to reverse at any point, it can go a little bit squirrely at the back. It doesn't quite like it. If these wheels don't turn around properly, it can often go at a funny angle off side to side, but that's again, it's a minor thing. What I will do though, at the end of the day, you've seen seeders open, but you know, it's a different one. Nice to see what you get. So like I say, you've got your seed tank unit here, and then you've got your cultivating kind of section, the seeding bit here where the seeds go down behind the chisels and go into the grooves, then get closed up and then kind of rolled flat on the back. And it's all one solid unit. It's a big bit of kit, but very, very cool. So we move on to the Serco, which is, as far as I'm aware, if I'm not misremembering, this is new, because I don't remember this one being in the pack before. I'll open this one out. So this one is not a direct drill. This is realistically, this has just got the seeding unit. So it doesn't have all the chisel ploughs and that kind of stuff. This is just the seeding part here. Detailing on these is incredible. Really very, very nice. There we go. Now we can switch, I think, if I recall. If I press L1, we can open the cover, the side one. And then if we want to press it again, that will take us open next cover. So one will be for your seed, one will be for your fertilizer. So opens and closes one, press it again, and close that, open the other one. So for loading it up, away you go. Very, very cool. So next to that then, we've got the other two. Now these are your planters. So this one is the HORSCH Maestro 1675, and that's the no, there is the 2475. Whoop, not there. There. This one is the 12 meter, and that one's 18. What I do like about these as well, this design, and it's kind of a, you know, the HORSCH look. It's very kind of ergonomic, but what I think is brilliant is that all of the gubbins, all of the important stuff, your pipes, your tubes, your connectors, all the stuff that could potentially get damaged, I guess, is inside the rails of the chassis. And I think it's a very clever design. It's really well made, you know. So if you're driving around and you do happen to clout the side of it, you're not going to rip pipes off and hoses and that kind of stuff. Very cool. In essence, they're the same design. This one's just much wider. They are row planters. Again, the detail with the pipes and hoses and all the connectors. Very cool. It's nice to have another big seeder, actually, or another big planter, let's say, in game. I know a lot of people have been hoping for bigger seeders and planters, so this should fulfill that need. Very, very nice. Right. Moving on, let's have a look at the slurry tanks, shall we? So here we have got, this is the slurry tender. This will be 15 slots, and I think it's a 31,000 litre capacity. Scroll across, that's the tank, there we go. Slurry tender. 21,000 litre capacity, sorry, my mistake. This will take liquid slurry or digestate, and it is literally a transporter. It will transport it from A to B, and you can unload or if you've got a slurry spreader, you can come up to it and you can take from it. You can overload. 170 horsepower. That's interesting. It's got a horsepower requirement. That's just going to be towed. But anyway, that is a slot count of, if I didn't already say, which I might well have done, 15. Yeah, I did say, didn't I? And does exactly what it says in the tin. It's a slurry tender. Now, obviously, we've got some in game already, and it's another option to have. It's part of the HORSCH Pack. Oh, there you go. 21,000 says it on the side anyway. So, alongside that, we have got this, and this is the HORSCH Slurry Tanker 21,000. So this works as a slurry spreading unit. Now, I think I need to have a double check on the back. I think this will spread. I don't know if it will spread on its own. Actually, we need to double check that. This is a 21,000 litre tank with tracks, and you have a couple of attachments that go on the back of this. Very, very cool bit of kit. I do anything with tracks. I don't know why in my head it looks really cool. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but I like it. So again, it's here. 55,000 to buy, so not mega cheap, but I suppose for a slurry spreader, it's actually not too bad. Yeah, on its own there, it doesn't give you any anything for spread width, so it has to be used with these two next bits of equipment. So we've got the drag hose 36 and we've got the injector 12. The drag hose does exactly what it says. Literally the hoses drag along and it pours slurry out the back. I'm pretty sure, I haven't tested this yet on this one, that the flow rate is quite high, but then that said it is a 36 metre width on that, so that's going to spread a lot of slurry over a big area. And then we've got the injector 12, which is a 12 metre spread, and that's more of a direct injector straight into the ground kind of thing. So these two go on the back of that one. That's the plan. So what we'll do, let's grab a Challenger. Now if I recall correctly, on the pack when this first came out, there were two Challengers as part of the HORSCH Pack, and that was when we got the 3 metre width tracks, and I think that's now standard with the Challengers in FS19. So I don't think there's no Challengers that have come as part of this pack this time because they're already in game. So you back up to the drag hose like so, closes up behind. If we open it out, 36 metres, that's mad. Let's make sure I've got enough room, so that's not a catch or anything. Now you're going to get through 21,000 litres of slurry pretty quickly with the 36 metre spread. But again, it's pretty cool. Again, we've got some big machinery, what a lot of people have been waiting for. Very cool. Fold that. Just move that out of the way. And like I say, if I have missed something, I really do apologise. It happens. Like I say, you can already see there's a lot of equipment here. Right, there we go. So that's it disconnected. So I'll take the same tank on its tracks, back it up onto the injector. I mean, 12 metre spread's not to be sniffed at either. You look at the other one and think, well, 36 metres, but 12 metres is pretty impressive. And the animations on that unfolding are really, really cool. What we'll do though is, I'm pretty sure this is only, yeah, there's no options. I suddenly thought, oh, is there a wheeled option? This is only tracks. It does say Slurry Tank 21,000 tracks, but you know, you have to make sure. So fold that back up. Now again, as for will it fill up from all the different slurry options available, it should. at the end of the day, you know, it depends on the map. There may well be, you know, there could well be issues on particular maps. There are various different slurry options available for buying now. So will it fill up on all of them? Yes, it should. Will it? I don't know for definite. I mean, it absolutely should, but there's no telling with all the different things available. So moving on, we will turn that off. We've got these two cool little bits of kit I really like. We'll look at these next. We have got the Shuttle 8000. We'll do that first actually. The Shuttle 8000 is a liquid transfer tank, and it has this little trailer it goes on the back of, which is pretty cool. So Shuttle 8000, as you can imagine, 8,000 litre capacity. We'll scroll across until we get to it. There we go, the Shuttle 8000. Now, it comes like that on the trailer, but they are technically separate units. It will do, now when it says liquid tanks transport liquids, this one will do liquid fertilizer and herbicide. It doesn't do water that I'm aware of, unless there's a water option one, but I will have a quick check on that. It's not in the horse section, so I would be surprised if there's a separate one. But anyway, this and the next one have a nice little kind of party trick, which I like. So what we'll do, let's go and grab one of the trucks, because the man has the trailer hitch on the back, which makes life a little bit easier. Now, there's a couple of ways you can tackle this. Depends if you want to go for more kind of a realistic approach. So we can hook up and we can pull it around to the trailer all day long. Very happy, lovely. But what we can do, if I click on that now and press detach, so detach for a bit. No. So what that's done now is this section on the back, the tanker bit, has detached from the trailer. Now what you can do, if you see here, you've got these little slots. That's for a forklift or front loader forks or anything with forks, and you can lift that back off if you want to with forks. I haven't got time for that. So the other option available, and you shouldn't be doing this, don't do this at home kids, if you, he says, this worked perfectly earlier, there we go. What you can sometimes do is if you back up directly straight and then stop, it will kind of slide off the back. But what should happen, right, can we do that? Do that, right. So what I can do now, again, so this is the bit which isn't realism. If you want to go for more realism, you'll use forks, obviously. If I put it up alongside that now, what's this? Close enough to it. It should give me the option now. If I press L3, that will transfer that onto the back of here. This will work on the Man TGX, it will work on the Tatra Phoenix. So you've now got the tank can be transported around like this on the back of a truck if you want to. Now what it does, it attaches it, it's got like a swivel like pin hitch there, and it's got at the back here there's a bracket you can just about see in there where it attaches onto the back of the thing, and your fifth wheel is under there. It doesn't actually touch the fifth wheel at all, so you can transport it around like that. It doesn't have to be on the back. So the only downside of that is that does kind of render that pretty useless, but I think you can get rid of those separately. So if you don't want to use that again, if I go into garage, I'm pretty sure I think I've got them under leased items, or oh no, they're in, of course not, they're in owned items. So here I can actually get rid of those trailers separately if I want to. So if I want to sell them off, I've got to make sure I get the right one. I won't sell it in case I get rid of the wrong one. But you can get rid of those separately. So once you've got the tank off the back, you can get rid of it. Job done. So that will do your liquid fertilizer, and it will do herbicide, and you can transport it around like that if you want to. Like I say, if you want to be more realistic, you can do it with front loader forks or anything with pallet forks. So what I'll do now is just back that over there, which takes me on to the next one of these, which is the this is the seed tender 10T. Now weirdly enough, the shuttle and the seed tender say one slot. when you go into the menu on the slot count, before you even get one, it says 1. So you've got some of these that are running at slot counts of like 15s and 8s and 9s and that kind of thing, and 20s, and that one it's only 1, which is a bit odd considering it can detach and attach onto other things, and I would have thought it would have been more, but apparently not. So I'm going to go grab one more of these. Not that one. So now we've got the seed tender. Now, again, I could be misremembering on this, but there is a seed tender in game already. I know a lot of people said initially before the first update they were having a lot of problems with it and it wasn't working properly. Now this is also on a trailer bed, and you can transport it around like that all day long if you want to. That's entirely up to you. But what you can do, again, detach it like that. That was weird. It didn't want me to do anything. Put it alongside. So the same thing again. You can do it with forks if you want to. If I press L3, it transfers it straight over. So now I've got a much more speedy mobile seed tender. Now, like I say, I hope I'm not misremembering this, but on FS17 when this came out, it's got a 10,000 litre tank, but it is partitioned one side and the other. And you could put 5,000 litres of seed, 5,000 litres of fertiliser. It wouldn't let you do the same, if I recall correctly. So if you wanted to just put 10,000 litres of seed in it, it would only let you do 5 because the other side was technically for fertiliser. Now, like I say, I could be misremembering that part of it. So what I'll do is come up to the seed, start filling. So that's filling up 5,000 litres one side. So what I could do now is go to the fertiliser tank and do the other side, 5,000 litres of fertiliser. Now I did try this on one of the silos and it didn't like it very much, so what I'm going to do now is go to this seed one over here just to try out a couple of different options just to make sure it works. And start filling from there, seed, start, and now it's filling up. So I can actually, if I want to, either go 10,000 litres fertiliser, 10,000 litres seed, or 5 of each, depending on what I want to. I'm pretty sure that's different to 17. I could be wrong. It's taking much longer to fill up from that one than it does from the other one. But anyway, that said, let's stop there. So to open this out, L1 and pipe out. It tips the whole thing back to allow whatever's in the back, whether it's fertiliser or seed, to flow better. And what it does, it flows down out of the tank to this section here, and you've got 2 little trap doors, one for each side, and then it will go up that conveyor, I think it's a conveyor, not an auger, out into whatever it is you want to load into. I did try this on, like I say, on my test map, and it worked fine on the seeders. Well, the seeders in this pack anyway. So all you do is just come round, you back it over whatever seeder you want to unload into, and it will, as long as the cover's open, it will unload, no problem at all. Now what you can do, depending on if you've got fertiliser or seed in there, you might have fertiliser one side, feed the other. So if I press L1, it says pipe out to seeds. If I press it again, it will switch. I need to go down to that so you can see a bit better. Well, that's why we're going to do pipe in now. So pipe in, but let's put it back in. So let's open that door at the bottom. So if I now do it again, it opens one, closes the other one. So you can switch between the two if you've got them split. If they're both seed, once one's empty, you just switch on to the next one, and you go over whatever it is you want, and you unload. So pipe in, and there you have it. Seed tender, 10,000 litres. I love the fact you can transfer it into the back of a truck. I mean, you could on 17, but I'm glad they kind of transferred that option over, which is very, very cool indeed. So there you go, HORSCH Seed Tender 10T. You can see where you can load it on and off with pallet forks, should you wish to do so. Which brings us on to, I hope, the last one. This is the HORSCH Lieb PT350. This is a fertilizer spreader. Very, very high ground clearance on this. Nice bit of kit. It looks a little bit like the Massey Ferguson one, actually. Same kind of front end. But anyway, let's have a look in the store. Under Horsch, I think it's right at the very end. There we go. The Lieb PT. This has got quite a high slot count. This is a 39 on the slot count, which I think is the highest one. Yeah, the Titan 34 auger wagon was 20. The Evo 12375 was 24. So yeah, this is up there. 39 slots for the PT350. This has got a 36 metre width to it as well. It's got a tank capacity of 5,000 litres. It will do liquid fertiliser and herbicide. And does exactly what it says in the tin. 354 horsepower. Let's jump in it. This is the only one of the pack this time that's actually got a cab. All the rest are trailed, aren't they? Now, if I look up at the menu, if I press R1 now, I can toggle steering modes. I can have all-wheel steer or front-wheel steer. So at the moment I'm on front-wheel steer. If I press R1 and L3, it now puts it on all-wheel steer. So you can toggle between the two, however you desire. We have got a beacon. In cab. Very neat, very tidy. As far as lights go, nothing really comes up on the dashboard for those. Or does it? Yeah, down to the right a little bit. Engine off. Engine on. Indicators. Nothing on the dashboard that I can see. Doors and windows don't open. It is as it is. Left indicator going. So we'll have the beacon off. So lights, let's turn them off. On, your lights down here. I think we've got rear work lights, haven't we? Rear work lights, which are going to work better once it's unfolded. And then front kind of work lights. So 36 metre width. Let's open this up. Unfold sprayer. When you unfold sprayer, it opens the width of the track. Just fold it up again. So you can see that. So unfold, it does the track first, and then it unfolds the sprayer. That is fantastic. Now usually with these, or these types of things, is if I do L1, yeah, L1 and then right stick, I can take that up and down that entire boom. Again, if I want a bit more added realism to suit whatever crops. If I've got very low to the ground crops and I've got that set very high, you're going to be losing a lot of spray all over the place. But look at the height you can go up on that. So if you're doing things like corn, and obviously you don't want to be driving through and ripping the tops off. That's got an incredibly high reach on that boom, all the way down to there. Very, very cool bit of kit. And I think, going down my list, I think I've caught everything. I hope I have. There may be the odd bit of equipment we've just looked at and I haven't given you the slot count for it. I may not have, there may be a couple where I forgot to say how much it was. But obviously, because we were looking through and we went into the store for each one, you can see how much they were. Not a huge amount of options available. I think one of them we could change tracks to tyres. But other than that, I think that's it. There's a lot in this pack, a lot of really, really cool stuff. I would use the word game changer, as I often do. There are a couple of bits in here that may change the way you play the game. It's nice to have some big spreading seeders, big wide things. The drag hose, 36 metre, the fertilizer sprayer, 36 metres. We've got some bigger equipment in here, which is really cool. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.